Hello everybody, thanks to coming again for this online lesson. This is the number 5. Today I want to tell you about electropolishing and especially for ortho obviously, and I want to share to you my experience about the electropolishing and all of our idea about the why we decide to buy a electropolishing machine, the reason of we decide of that, and also all of our experience between regarding the workflow, and also to talk about the machine, especially for the electropolishing, what is the main detail about the electropolishing, and also we talk about the appliances and some modification in the appliance to use the electropolishing. Okay, basically now I will show you a video about the company we decided to buy the machine. The Dlyte is this company is Spanish and is GPI Innova, the name, and also the company makes some big machine for not just for dental but also for mechanics component and everything. Also some machine is so big if you see in the video, and also this is the big one with the big tank, and also it's possible to polishing a lot of pieces, and also you see the dimension of the machine is so big, but also they work with a very small machine and small, medium and large machine for dental, and I want to show you our decision to make the medium machine, the Dlyte 10, and basically Innova decided to become in the market for electropolishing just for the removable partial denture or something similar, just because it's so hard to polishing very well, and that's it. Okay, basically why we decide to use auto polishing, because our main idea is to start from just to have 2 steps in the workflow. First one, maybe 3. The first one is design in 3D and send to the doctor for validation, and the second one is receive the pieces and put in the machine, electropolishing, check everything, laser welding the screw, cutting the arm, the support arm, and send to the doctor. That's it, just 3 steps. To step by step, obviously, also we decide to changing the design of the appliances, because basically when you design the appliances 3D you need to make some support, metal support to connect left and right part, and basically, and now when we decide to buy the machine, the Dlyte 10, we try to change the arms just to make some connection for the arm of the machine, just because the machine need to bring the pieces and lock the pieces, just to because the arm go to the tank and start with electropolishing and need some special arm. This is in the picture one of the first one, but also if you see in the picture in the left, also very complex design, because the electropolishing work very well also in the inside holes, just to make everything in smoothing and polishing, but also pay attention in the arm. The arm is like a L design, just to have more space for the machine to bring the pieces and lock the pieces very well. This is an example. This is other 2. This is the final design. Actually we use this type of design because it's much easier for the machine to bring everything and work very well. Basically, the dry surface finishing is a patent technology for grinding and polishing metal through ion transport with free solid bodies. This system is built of solid support without the addition of liquid. It's just a dry surface. It works for combining the electrical flow created by high precision rectifier with the movement of the part through electropolishing media. This result of the ion exchange, removing material from the roughness peaks, just to you see the picture in the right, just to make the surface smoothing. It relies on a dry solid particle for immersion system. Those bodies collide each other, and that is started the ion changes and remove small layer of metallic part, eliminating imperfection in the metal pieces. Some point is just why is this is obviously the machine don't work just I told you before, don't work just in dental but also in other industry, jewelry for example, or mechanical part, mechanical component, and that's it. This is the main concept of this machine, is just to precision finishing, superior surface finishing of precision component with tiny tolerance, improvement, mechanisms property, durability, and corrosion resistance. That is one. Smoothing, also the smoothing surface reduce friction, and that is also good. Obviously, also in dental, because we also in dental we make some slider or some similar, and that is interesting. Obviously, they minimize energies of the component, noisy, and also optimize everything. Mirror finishing, that is important for us, just to begin is this highly polishing finishing, and the surface of material become reflecting very well, is remove micro particle, and the surface become very smooth. The burring, obviously, if you have removed burrs, it has to have for a sharp, fragile part, and that is also is interesting because manually is so hard, also in dental. And edge rounding, this is not for, this is the cutting edge geometry, this is not for us, but it's just for you to understand that it's important just to don't change anything, and also don't make stress in the part. And another important thing is corrosion resistance, because when the machine work, they remove the free ion contamination, and that is interesting for the oxide scale, and reduce the surface raw in a single step, and you have a very nice surface. AM is the most important point for us, is the automation of the surface finishing. That's why we decide to buy this type of machine, just to have a AM post-processing, automate post-processing finishing, and that is important. Just is the activity of the machine to have a very high level post-processing for the smoothing surface and finish the surface without losing tolerance, and the best balance to remove polishing the surface and save the tolerance of the part. Also is important for us in a small part of our work to channel polishing. The machine is easy to also polishing some channels, and obviously in high quality, but obviously for us is not all the time is possible, because depend of the diameter of the holes and the channel, and that's it, but that is important. But basically the main part of the Dlyte machine is just Dlyte achieves uniform result every time, every day, and and also because the system operates efficiency on both micro and micro and microscope level, and that is so important. The second point is the geometry preservation, maintain tolerance and the geometry. That is interesting because at the end of the polish you don't have any smooth part. In some part the geometry is, keep the geometry every time. That is so important. Because also for us, when we make some pieces in combination each other, you need to have a good geometry preservation, and that is so important. The best in class of surface ruggedness, because the dry polishing is much better than the liquid electropolishing, because the dry polishing reduces raw for 80%. Compared to the liquid electropolishing cannot reduce raw beyond 5% without generating side effects such as orange peel and pitting. I have some picture about the orange peel, just to understand. Low material removable, I talked to you, they just to remove the ruggedness peaks signs to the particle diameter, and obviously the surface don't change, and that is important also for us because we make some small part, and if at the end of the polishing you don't lose dimension and everything, that is so important. Consistency, repeatability, obviously is not for us, but when you need technology, you need to have a cross of multiple part, you need to have a consistent repeatability, because it's so important that the machine is good enough for that, just to every pieces become the same, every smoothing pieces or every polishing pieces become the same, and that is so important. Improve negative skewness, and this is not for us, but that when Dlyte increased the surface bearing content area and allowing for uniform lubricant film distribution, and that is important, for example, for some part, the engagement for some part, and that is reduce friction between the part, and that is so good. Texture pattern preservation, that is another important things. This is the only technology that allows for the elimination of the ruggedness and the improvement of corrosion-resistant metallic part while reducing the number of processing required for producing cycle, and that is good. Biocompatibility proven, because obviously all the use only polymeric particle with acid to enhance the surface, ensure the component meet all necessary requirements to pass the risk-benefit analysis, biocompatibility and toxicity, obviously, because this is the best for us, because we have people to work to the machine, and also they have an interaction with the machine, and that's so important to have no biocompatible and toxicity part. Also the corrosion resistant, this is important because during the polishing the machine remove the metallic part, and that is good for the corrosion resistance. 10 point is aesthetic improvement, because the electro polishing can improve the visual effect of the part, because the tools become better and better, and also the surface is smooth, is much better than which is raw, and that is a uniform surface, and that is good. Complex to polishing complex and fragile part, when ideal for surface to finish of fragile components part, to have a good impact in that, and just to save part also when it's very small and tiny, and manually is so difficult, and that is another interesting point. And the last one is drastic increase of the lifespan, and because the material become very smooth, the surface become very smooth, and also the uniform surface, and this is safety for the pieces all the time, during the time, and that is so good. This is an overview of the machine, of the Dlyte machine. In the left, the machine is ready for, enough for us. In the right, the same machine, but in the pro level, is a little bit different. Also, the cost is different, but I think pay attention in the left side is good enough for us. You have the Dlyte 1, Dlyte 10 in the middle, and Dlyte 100 in the center. And the difference is just the tank. Also, the machine is the dimension of the machine, but also the tank, because it's just 5 kilo, 9 kilo, 16 kilo of tank, and that is good. Also, the arm is different. Is the Dlyte have a small arm, and it's possible to polish just small pieces, like 3-4 pieces. Dlyte 10 around 10-12, and Dlyte 100 most of 20-25, and that's it, depend of the arm. We decide to, our production, we decide to buy the Dlyte 10 from the beginning. Now we are ready to buy another one, just to take control in the production. You see here in the left is our machine, the picture of our machine. You see the arm in the center, and working the tank just for the electro polishing. They make a circle, clockwise or counterclockwise, depend of the situation. All is under control, the extraction air, the pressure, the humidity, and everything. And also in the right you see the arm, one of the arm. This is the four arms, 4 pieces arms, and it's possible to put 2 level of pieces. Is 4, is just maybe 8-10 pieces per cycle. Cycle is half an hour, more or less half an hour. You see here the small arm is just 4 small arms. The big arm have 4 small arms with it's possible to put 4 or maybe 6, depend of the dimension of the pieces, appliances. This is the light. You see is 4 small arm, but this is the result. Very nice. The surface is very smoothing. Is like a spoon, for example. Very is super nice. This is the big arms. Is the same, but it's 2 level of appliances. Possible to add 2 level of appliances, like 8-10 pieces, depend of obviously all the time the dimension of the appliances. But now we have the third one is 6 arms, and it's possible to put 12-14 appliances. This is the orange peels I told to you some minute ago. This is the difference when the laser melting production is made from the dust. The particle of the dust is around 50-75 microns or 70 microns, 75 microns, and in the left side when the particle of the dust is in the 25-30 microns. This is the difference. In the left the surface is so smooth, in the right the surface is like orange peels. That means orange peels is polishing, but the surface is not so good. Finally, the reason why we decide to make the AM, the automatic polishing, is just because we have Mario in the company. Is the man for the metal man, and he manages 25 appliances per day, medium, and he received the case in the morning, the appliance in the morning, and in the afternoon is ready for shipping. And 25 just one one people to manage that, manage the machine, manage the laser welding, and the shipping is so nice. And that's it. Why? Okay, guys, that for me is just an overview of the Dlyte machine. If you want to have information about that, please write in the video, in the comments. I am opening that to share to you any information and everything, because I think this is a very interesting concept for lab, to not just to increase volume but also to take control in the quality every day. Okay, see you guys in the next 2 weeks for the lecture number 6, live classroom number 6. See you guys. Have a nice weekend.